This is definitely not the second time we've tried to film this video.
No, it's not. I don't know what you even trying to imply that for, because it's not. It's really literally the first time we're doing this. So
Party.
why are
Anyway.
you still doing that? You're making it seem like we're lying. I'm telling the truth.
Of course. Uh-huh. Anyway. Oh, goodness. Welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real on the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am all over the place today, but I've got coffee, because that's where I'm at today. That's all.
I felt like I need to do this too.
Great.
Because that's what we're doing today.
Apparently.
And hello, I am Lana, your resident evil diva. I'm here to give tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm not drinking tea. Should be drinking tea, but I'm not. But I'm drinking strawberry sunkist because I love it. And
Purr.
period. But if I was drinking tea, it'll be out of my cup mug. Panel full of cup mug. Panel full of cup mug. Burr, 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 burr. And you can get your cup mug and any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below. We do ship domestically here in the United States and in Canada and in Mexico for sure. There are no excuses for you. Internationally, there are some excuses. We're working on it. We'll let you know.
Purr. Ah, well, we are back. It is Project Runway. Episode 5 and 6. Two of, I will say, the most iconic episodes maybe ever.
Sure.
When we realized, and we said it, I think in the last in the last episode that we did, having these two episodes back to back with these two guest judges just made me very, very excited. And so I'm very excited to dive into these episodes.
Absolutely.
Before we do, though, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things reality TV. We've got 3 other channels as well, with almost all things drag, Eurovision Song Contest, and wrestling recaps over on our newest channel, The Cup Ringside. So make sure to go check that out as well. And if you would like to become a member of our channel and join the tea room for some exclusive content and early access to a lot of our content, including usually Project Runway, not this week, but usually Project Runway, make sure to check that out as well. All those links are down in the description below. So we start, it is episode 5, and we are headed to the jungle, the lipstick jungle, that is, Lana, because our challenge for this episode is creating looks for Brooke Shields for Lipstick Jungle. I forgot that season 1 of Lipstick Jungle aired in like 2007.
Yep. And so they were getting ready to go into season 2 of that. And they wanted an outfit for Brooke because her character was evolving into this businesswoman. And so she needed an outfit that can go from day to night. Yep. And so, yeah, they were tasked to do that. And they met Miss Brooke Shields in the workroom with Tim. And Tim told them, this is also a duos challenge. So you'll be working in pairs. And so everybody was to get 30 minutes to sketch and come up with a look to show Brooke. And then Brooke was going to make her decision on whose design she wanted to go for and see made for the runway. And so she chose Keith. She chose Jarrell.
Yep.
She chose Kelly.
Yep.
She chose Blaine. She chose Cato. And she chose Terry.
As she should.
As she should. Absolutely. And so they all got to pick their partners.
Yes.
So Keith chose Kinley.
Yep.
Jarrell was left with Stella, but Jarrell was like, but I was gonna do leather. So
I've
Stella
got
is
leather anyway, so Stella is so
Stella is the
perfect for her.
perfect choice who I was gonna pick anyway. So Stella it is. Kelly chose Daniel.
Yep.
Blaine chose Leanne. Cato chose Joe. And Terry chose Slade.
Her.
And they went to Mood, and right away some issues started cracking and forming with some people at Mood. Like Kinley and Keith couldn't even be in Mood without us seeing the cracks in this duo relationship. Kinley picked out this fabric that was very Kinley like, very flowers, different color flower pattern. And Keith was like, ew.
I love that they called Tim over too. And he was just like,
ew.
Look around.
And Keith was like, what, you don't like it? And Tim was like, he wanted to be like, gross. Because honestly, let's be honest, that was some ugly fabric. I'm going to say it. That was some ugly fabric. And Keith even let her buy that ugly fabric, some of it, a little piece, a few yards of that ugly fabric. But they went and fought and found some fabrics. And then we have Daniel and Kelly, because Daniel has exquisite taste.
Oh, his taste is impeccable.
It's impeccable.
And how dare he have to lower his taste level to fit Kelly's design.
Because his taste level was impeccable.
When I tell you, I was so happy that man got eliminated in the next episode. Spoiler, I was so thrilled.
Sometimes you really don't have to say all that right away. We're trying to do a show here, Logan.
All right, sorry.
But I do know, but if you haven't watched this season of Project Runway, why are you watching? Because it was years ago, so they've probably been spoiled already. So really, there's no spoilers here.
That's why I don't care about saying anything, but I guess you do, so go for it.
I don't care that much. I was joking. I don't really care. But whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dang, I lost my train of thought. I forgot where I was going. Oh, Daniel and his impeccable taste. Mm-hmm. I can't do it without laughing. Yeah. It's impeccable taste. It's something that's brought up several times in these episodes. In every episode he's in.
Genuinely drink every time he says he has impeccable taste.
Oh my God. Please, no, you die. It's so much. He says it's from the beginning of this season till he gets eliminated. Thankfully, he does. He brings up his impeccable taste, but we have yet to see any of it this whole time. Anyway, but he was upset that Kelly was pulling out this cheap fabric, as he called it. It was like animal print. Ugh. But like he didn't realize the name of the show was Lipstick Jungle.
I don't get it, honestly. I don't.
Sir. Lipstick Jungle was the name. And your design wasn't chosen. Ooh. Wonder why your impeccable taste wasn't chosen. Huh. Anyway. So Kelly picks her fabric. He doesn't like any of it. So cracks there. We get back to Parsons, and then more cracks start showing between Terry and Sway, because Terry likes to just go straight to it, cut the fabric, let's go. Swade is like, ooh, no, No, that's not how it works. My process ain't that. I like to know what I'm doing before I do the cutting. And Tim was like, just cut it. And he was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't. She's like, just cut it. And he was like, Sway's nervous, but Sway's gonna cut it. So Sway's just go cut the fabric. Sway cuts the fabric, makes the shirt. Terry don't like the shirt. So he's like, see, I told you that's why I didn't want to just cut it. She was like, but we can fix it. But
they end up getting their stuff together too, which I'm happy.
Happy about. Absolutely happy about. Then we have some cracks with Joe and Cato because Joe decides he ain't gonna say nothing about nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing. He gonna just let Cato do her thing and make it work, even though he has opinions that he didn't even say in the confessionals that we know because we didn't see it. But he didn't never said nothing about the jacket until Tim walks in, and Tim was like, "The jacket looks like a big sweet potato."
And it's like, if I'm Joe, I know that Cato has immunity for this challenge. Like, I'm going to make sure that all of my thoughts are very expressed. So that way, because if one of us is going to go home, it's me. Like, I don't, yeah.
And I was like, what? And then he says, when Tim said something about, look, he was like, I mean, it is a bit baggy. So Nakato was like, why didn't you say that before? He was like, well, I mean, you know, I didn't want to, you know, he's like, she said, Joe, I got immunity. So if it was a problem, you should have said something. So, because if we get the bottom, you going home. And he's like, well, I mean, I guess. I'm like, okay, Joe, here's the silent part that you're not saying out loud. And I'm going to say it for you. Joe was scared. Joe was scared that if he said something to Cato about the jacket being baggy, she would go pop off and she would go snap on him and give him that angry black woman attitude. And he ain't want to have that confrontation. And I'm like, both of you are designers. She won't pop off if you like, it's a little baggy. Don't you think right in this area we want to make it a little bit more fitted to the body, more like a business suit than like a over jacket? And then when Tim says it, he's like, I said that. And she's like, okay, you're right. Even if she do pop off in the beginning, I'm like, no, this is my design. This is how I want it. And then when Tim said it, he's like, oh, I owe you an apology because you didn't say that. And it wouldn't have came like you was trying to throw her under the bus. And that's what it looked like. He was just trying to throw her under the bus.
I don't get Joe in this challenge and kind of in general. I'm like, why not make your opinion heard? Like, none of it makes sense. But Jarrell and Stella work pretty much perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. No problems.
There's really no issues. They do great. Blaine and Leanne, there's not a whole lot of conflict necessarily. Leanne's like, this is way out of sight anything I would ever do, but I'm going to make sure that the actual creation of this mess of a design is done well, because at the end of the day,
not my design.
It ain't my design. I'm just here to sew.
Pretty much.
And that's kind of that.
That was it.
So,
really, that was it.
Let's talk about these looks, Lana.
Sure.
All right. First, oh God. You had to put this one first, Lana?
Yep. I had to get that out the way. He made Bermuda shorts for a person who's going to an office.
I'm ready with my score already.
I am too, because I don't. I'm not scoring.
Oh, I'm going to give this a 30 solely for Leanne's impeccable work in this hideous garment.
The design factor of this is gross.
Hideous. But because Leanne did do a very good job,
I'll give her the 10.
making the things, I'm gonna give it a 30.
I'll give it a 10. I won't give it a 0.
Fair enough. I would never like to see this ever again. So.
Keith and Kenley.
I think this is ugly. I think this is ugly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
was
ugly.
not a fan of this look myself. I was like,
I'm not a fan of most of the looks on this challenge. I'm gonna just be honest and straightforward there. I was underwhelmed by this challenge on a whole. I think the waist is too high. And the problem with the detailing on the skirt is the detailing is cool, lovely, wonderful. It's in black.
You can't see it.
You're not going to see the detailing because it's in black. So why are we doing this in black? That made no sense to me. I know that Keith was getting on Kenley for her floral fabric choices. Mm-hmm. And while I'm there, I will also say, Keith, you could respect women a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Saying something to the effect of, well, if Kenley just shuts up for a few moments and focuses on sewing, we'll be fine. Yeah, you could respect women better. But you're from Utah, so I'm not all that surprised by that comment from you. I think this fabric is ugly in this setting, too.
Yeah. I was not a fan of this look that much. I thought it's just, I just wasn't a fan.
I mean, it is well made, so I'll give it a 60, but I'm not all that thrilled about it.
45. Kelly and Danielle.
Not elimination worthy. Not the best look on this runway. But damn sure not elimination worthy.
It just doesn't. Here's my problem. I think it was elimination worthy because it looks cheap. It looks very cheap. It looks cheaply made. It looks cheaply put together. It doesn't look put together well. And honestly, I blame Daniel because Daniel makes stuff look tortured.
Yeah. Here's the thing I will say about it, because they had the issue with the skirt and everything like that. What I will say to that, because I understand your point for sure. If you put this look next to Blaine's look, and I told you without seeing these prior, I told you that the category was executive and lipstick jungle.
Yes.
You would think this one fit the brief more than Bermuda shorts.
Yes. Agreed.
So I get what you're saying.
I get it too.
I do not understand how Blaine got out.
I don't either. Now, honestly and truly and for surely, I agree with it. I do think if we were going to talk about just the brief of it all, and this deserved bottom 2, but it didn't deserve to go home.
Oh yeah, no, she should have been bottom 2, but she should not have gone home.
Absolutely, I agree.
Especially because she had a win too. Like, that's the gag of the season, honestly.
They don't go by track record here.
I know, but yeah, no, it is. It's just wild to me that we had someone in this scenario. I think this is the first time that this kind of scenario happened on Project Runway. But like, at the end of the day, I agree with you. It's cheaply made. It's not great. There are elements of this I actually do like. I love this belt in the jade color that's going on. I like the pops of leopard print. I think all of those. I think that as a concept, this works. In execution, it's not that great.
Absolutely.
So, I'll give this a 60.
I'll give it a 60 as well.
Cateau and Joe.
I like the jacket, and they did fix the jacket. It wasn't as baggy. The only problem is the dress underneath it was boring.
Yeah, I wish because I get the dress underneath being a bit more toned down because the statement piece
Yes.
is supposed to be the jacket. I do like the jacket. I love the jacket with the belt that they ended up doing. I like that
Yes.
that was the you can't really see it 'cause she's taking it off in this photo. But I did like the belt with the side tie. I thought that was a really nice way to mitigate the issue that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually belted at a very nice position to where
Mm-hmm.
there was a little bit of like a flounce out from the bottom of the jacket.
Absolutely.
This feels very 2020s. I have to be
Yes.
honest. The big oversized sleeve um pencil skirt sort of situation that feels very now. And so
Mm-hmm.
I get the criticism that Tim gave them specifically in the workroom because they were safe so they didn't get a critique. um I do wish the base dress had a little bit more going on. What I would have loved, honestly, is if there had been you have the jacket covering it, you take off the jacket. I wish there had been some sort of like side detailing in that orange fabric. Because
Mm.
then at least there would have been a little bit of something beyond a simple beige dress underneath and still have it tie in with the original look.
I wish that they would have had the jacket, like the bottom of that dress could have been that color, but once you take the jacket off, have a little pop of that orange that's in the jacket in the dress, like at the top, in the bustier area, even just like a trim or something to tie that together. So when you take that jacket off, it's that old orange and gold kind of like, ooh, it's another party inside this dress too. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like
Yep.
some more like even make it like a two-tone, like a skirt top situation, and
Yep.
have the top in that orange and gold fabric, and then have that
Yeah.
skirt. So when she takes it off, it's still that same color palette. They would have ate that up for me. But that dress is too
Yeah.
too boring underneath it though. But that jacket is everything. For me, I like
I'm
it
gonna
so much.
yeah. I'm gonna give this a 78.
I would give it a 76.
Per
Yeah. Terry
Terry
and
Wade.
Reed. Now,
I think the
good.
only reason why they were safe was because there was no day to night.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the only reason, because
That's the
otherwise,
this is
I'm living for
I
this.
love
It's
this.
so good.
All they needed was a jacket. All they needed was a jacket of
Or
some
like
sort.
some kind of transition day to night. Like that's
Yep.
all they really needed. I don't know.
It
I
needed a
really
jacket.
like it
But
though.
I love this top. Like I would wear this top right now.
Oh
That
yeah.
top is everything. And then that belt with the side tie at the side.
Yeah.
And those that's
I think
a
that's
great
basically what Kato and Joe did, but on the other side in the beige. So I was like, "Ooh, come
yes.
on, belts."
I love this. I wanted this to just oh like this is a perfect date outfit. This is a perfect brunch outfit. This is a perfect, going to the museum or art gallery type of outfit. Like
Mhm.
this is a good everyday wear kind of outfit for a lot of
Yeah.
different things. But as far as the office to transition from day to night, it just had no transition. It was just like this is the all day look.
Yeah.
It's all day look. And that's the only, but I do agree. That's the only reason this was safe and not at the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I'm
good.
gonna give this an 80.
I would give it an 85 because it's good. It's good.
Yeah. And last up, what I have to say is I think my favorite
I do too. I really
Jarrell and
like
Stella.
this.
I really enjoy this.
I like this a whole lot more than the winner of the challenge. I
Uh-huh.
like this a whole lot more. It's very interesting to watch. It's to look at. It's like that gold, and I think the only reason this didn't win is it didn't have a
Because it
jacket.
yeah.
It didn't have a jacket because she couldn't take it off to say this is my office wear and this is my. But other than that, that gold top with the yellow breaking up of the belt with those gold belt little things, and then that flouncy brown skirt. This is beautiful. This catches my eye. If it just had a jacket, it would transition. That is the only thing that's missing. But even the accessories, he assessed it really well. Like that big brown bag with the bangles on the arm and the sun. This girl looked like she on her way to do something. But whatever she's doing, she looks stunning doing it. I would think this is a date night. This is a brunch, just a meet up with the girls kind of look. But if she had that jacket on, give me that brown that she has in the skirt, a jacket in that fabric, and then she just takes it. Even if it's one of those jackets that like ties up in the middle, that she, you know what I mean? Take that off and like, shoot, wham! Now I got this evening. Oh, this is my favorite look of the runway, honestly. Well, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 83.
I'm gonna give it an 87 because I gave it the other one 85. It's 87. This is good.
Her. Well, nothing that we wanted to happen happened.
No.
We do find out that the top two teams are Keith and Kenley and Jarrell and Stella, and they give Keith the win. Woo.
No, thank you.
No, and then our bottom two, we have Kelly and Daniel and Blaine and Leanne.
It should have been Blaine.
It should have been Blaine, but they take out Kelly.
I was very shocked about that. I was like,
no.
It should have been Blaine.
So now I have to do this.
No, Kelly. Girl. But we move.
We do indeed move to episode 6. Mm-hmm. One of the most iconic episodes, Project Runway, because we're dragging up the runway. Mind you, Lana, this is also before Drag Race.
Yes.
So we've got Chris March coming out, being Chris March. I love seeing Chris.
We love seeing Chris.
And we find out that the challenge is to design a look for drag queens, and they bring out a smattering of New York City drag queens.
Yeah.
Some of which I've seen live, some of which, one of which has been on Drag Race.
Yep.
Because only Acid Betty has been on Drag Race of this bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But I was familiar with a lot of these queens. I mean, obviously Acid Betty.
Mm-hmm.
Varla Jean Merman is one of my favorite drag queens ever. So I was very, very excited to see that. And I got to meet Sherry Vine when she came to Tucson last year. So
cool.
I love Sherry. But I was like, this is such a lovely challenge. Mostly for Project Runway RuPaul.
You couldn't wait to put that up.
Nope, sure couldn't wait. Nope, absolutely not. Because what the fuck is going on up in here on this day?
Baby, when you're just starting out trying to do some things and you don't really have a stylist yet and you got to do everything yourself and it comes out looking a little crunchified.
A little
crunchified.
It's so bad.
Oh, Ru, the glow up on RuPaul.
Beautiful. I see this, and this is my reaction. Followed by that's all.
Did we enjoy that?
We did.
Great. I'm happy for you.
We did. Thank you.
I will, But yeah, we get this challenge and all the queens come out and they get selected by their designers, and it's interesting. We'll show you all the names. I do have the names on the slide so you'll know who was with whom, because I don't remember. But they go to the workroom to meet with the queens, and then they talk about everything, what they want, because they are the clients. And so they have to go and discuss what they want, what they're looking for, what their persona is, how they would like to present themselves on the runway. And all the conversations seem to be going well. Everybody's talking about what they like, what they don't like, what their vision is, how they see things. And everybody's kind of a little like, okay, a little freaked out, some of them, because they're like, I've never worked with a drag queen before. So, Terry.
I was going to say my two favorite reactions were Terry, where she was like, oh, I've worked with drag queens before. We're great. I'm like, Terry, icon. We've been new.
Terry was like,
and
yes, and then
juxtapose that with Kato, who's just like, I'm terrified.
Because I was like, this girl is humongous. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do here.
I was like, you would think they told them they had to make a men's 3-piece suit.
Right.
They were like, I don't know what to do. And so it was just like, all right, let's just do it. So they go to Move, get their fabrics. Everybody's running to the sequence aisle, trying to get them sequins and some stuff. But of course, Daniel, with his exquisite taste, was like, I'm not doing sequence. That's beneath me to do sequence. So I'm going to pick this fabric here and this there. And they all pick their fabric, and they're all off to move, back to a lot of stuff. This didn't have a lot of drama in this episode, though.
The drama was not between the designers.
Right.
The drama, Ms. Hedda Lettuce was giving us the drama.
Ms. Hedda Lettuce was like giving Suede the business.
And I love Hedda too. She's one of my favorites too. I adore Hedda Lettuce.
Suede was like, I have this idea. I want to do this with this lettuce because her name is Hedda Lettuce. So I got this green fabric, and I'm going to make like little balls of lettuce. So it looks like little heads of lettuce. I'm going to put it all over these gloves. Da da da.
It's very Waka Waka.
Yeah. And
and to be fair, that's what Hedda Lettuce does. So like,
maybe Hedda Lettuce got some ideas from Suede after the fact and was like, you know what, that actually didn't work that. Perhaps. But yeah, everybody seemed to be going in the directions of where, but Hedda Lettuce told Suede, when they came back for their fittings, Hedda Lettuce was like, did you make gloves because you were too lazy to make sleeves? And Suede was like, no. It was an idea. Okay. So in that moment, Suede was deflated. Suede was like, I don't know. And Hedda Lettuce left the workroom not knowing she upset Suede or hurt Suede's feelings at all. She just left and was like, all right, get it together, girl. And Suede was like, oh, all right. So we do have conversations with Suede as we're telling the story of what Hedda Lettuce said. And Stella was like, what? That's just rude. Like, you don't do that. You don't say that to no designer. You don't say that. And he's like, I don't know. Suede does not know what to feel right now. Suede is just Suede doesn't know. Suede doesn't know. So Suede was a little sad. But everybody else continued to work. We had some really cute ideas happening, some really interesting ideas happening. Tim comes in, do the walk through, trying to give people advice about what they should or shouldn't do. And people were like, that's fine. Thanks, Tim. Or no, I'm going to just do this, Tim. And it was what it was. And so I feel like we're at the workroom, at the runway by now.
I think so. I can't think of anything else
that happened.
They're just fabulous drag queens. That's
Right.
all else you need to know.
Good fun, queen. Good queen fun.
Dumb.
A good queen fun.
Dumb. Anyway. First up, Kato and Sweetie.
Miss Sweetie was very happy with this look, and I was very happy for her in this look. And I love the fire design of the shoulder piece that she did, and the fact that she could take it off and just like a little reveal at a reveal and foreshadow. And she took it off, and it was a beautiful little mini dress. Oop! Stop! You're so stupid.
What do you mean, Lana?
No, wait.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Lana?
You are insane. Oh, man. Sweetie. Back to Sweetie.
Yes.
Sweetie. She was very happy with this look. The look looked great on her when she took that off and just fit her well. She looked beautiful, and it was what she wanted. And Kato did a really good job on this.
Yeah, I absolutely loved this. It's so drag. I love that she ended up taking the skirt and turning it into a reveal. It was a really smart way to utilize what she had already made in this kind of like big situation. The only thing I wish is that the skirt closed completely, so then it was like a full reveal. But I'm not mad at this overall. And I think this was a lovely, lovely garment from Kato, as always.
Absolutely.
85.
87.
Per.
Sweet.
And Miss Head of Lettuce. Which, if there was a fourth spot in the top,
it would have been
for
nice.
me, it would have gone to Suede.
Absolutely. This is a great look.
It's so good.
If you saw a girl at a club in this look, you're like, yes, ma'am. Work. This could be a good Head of Lettuce entrance look. You know what I mean?
Yes, she would never go on Drag Race, but yes.
I'm just saying. It would have been.
Well, if there ever is the All Legends season, which a lot of people want to see, Hedda would be on that for sure.
Was she on RuPaul's Drag Race?
No.
Oh.
No, the only queen from this lineup was Acid Betty. Yeah, a lot of like people like How to Lettuce, people like Varla Jean Merman. They fall into like the category of like contemporaries with RuPaul, where it's more so like if they did it like a drag icon season, that would be the season with like Varla Jean Merman, How to Lettuce. It will never happen because they won't all agree to do it. Unfortunately, but like Sherry Vine would be on that probably. Coco Peru. Peach of Christ, like that. They're in like that echelon of like not too good for Drag Race, but like established enough to where they don't have to do Drag Race.
Right. They don't
like if Had a Lettuce popped up on Drag Race, would be like, what the fuck is she doing here? As a contestant, no. As a guest, I could see it. But I also don't think she has the best relationship with RuPaul. So
okay.
Anyway, the garment is gorgeous. I really enjoy this. It does. I will agree with you. It gives Drag Race entrance look.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
82.
83. We're in the same room.
Okay. Joe with Varla Jean Merman.
Man, this was the
this is the episode of Belt with a Side Tie.
Absolutely.
We got 2 in the last episode. Joe did it here, and I love Varla's input on this, switching it from having the whole thing up, like from the Elvis to the Sailor. I think that was such a smart idea. I'm so happy that Joe took that on, and it turned out remarkably.
Oh, so good. It fit her to perfection. She looked stunning. I didn't even realize this was the same person from the runway to this on this runway. Like when they first were introduced, and then it was like, I was like, that's the same Marla. Oh, word.
Uh-huh.
She looks totally different. She looks she looks younger in this outfit. I don't know what it is. She looks younger and fresher, and this pink is stunning. And I love how he broke up the pinks with the two different color pinks. It's like the sequins pink and then that lighter pink, and the hat, and then the earrings. This was just this look was perfect.
So fucking good. 90. Oh wow.
I love this look so much.
Love it.
So much.
Her. Leanne with Sharon Needles, not to be confused with the person that won Drag Race.
Wasn't
don't speak of.
It was the Sharon Needles that won, right?
Correct. We don't speak about
thought so, but this wasn't her.
No.
Okay, I thought this was her.
So there's two doppelganger queen sets in this specifically. We'll talk about the other one when she pops up. But this is not the same Sharon Needles that won Drag Race.
No. Okay, because that's what I thought. I was like, oh, isn't it? But when you said it was only one person, I was like, oh, Sharon Needles. But all right. But Leanne and Sharon Needles. This look is fine.
It's fine, right? Like this feels very outside of Leanne's, wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. I still think she did a really good job. It still feels Leanne. That's the thing. It's like it feels very Leanne, but at the same time, like it's a bit exaggerated. She wanted to go for this more like futuristic sort of vibe, and I think it really sells that. I think the fabric choices here are gorge. Yeah, it's cute. I'm not mad at this.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I'd give this an 80.
I give it a 73.
Okay. I love Daniel with Miss Anita Green Card. I love
her name, by the way.
And I hate the garment.
I love the wig, though. The wig is wigging. I don't like the dress. It's very Conchita Banana, but boring.
Yeah.
It's very stereotypical for someone whose name is Anita Green Card, but in a boring way. Like, I need the drama. He could have gave me more, like her dress when she came into the her introduction dress, when she had that red and the nice big fluffy train in the red. Like, if you go give me this flamenco more subtle look, give me a long train, drag it up. You just gave me a regular dress. This is a beautiful gown, but it ain't no drag dress. But the wig is wigging, and then you don't even get the fan to match. Like, no.
Anita did the best she could with this piece of shit.
Absolutely.
40.
Absolutely. 50 for the wig.
Sure. Totally.
For the wig.
Jarrell with LeMay.
This isn't bad. It's just boring. And I'm like, Jarrell, this was your opportunity to be Jarrell and go crazy and wild and do all the stuff that you've been doing before when it wasn't necessary to do. But now you don't want to do it. Like, this was the time for the peacock feathers, for the all kind of stuff. Like, and you give us this couture neck thing and a simple now the craftsmanship is cute because you got all the different color sequence things, and he made it in that cute little design, but it was so blah.
The neck piece is fun. I don't get it for her personally. I would get it more for Head of Lettuce than I would for LeMay.
Oh, that would have been cute. Lettuce. Oh my god.
Because it looks like lettuce. It looks like the cross section if you cut off the end of like a head of romaine lettuce. Which I'm very familiar. I make a lot of salads. Yeah, the dress is fine. He was rightfully bottom 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't have put him higher. I wouldn't have put him lower.
Nope. He was right where he was supposed to be. I wouldn't send him home.
Absolutely not.
He's right where he was supposed to be.
Especially given the other 2 that were in the bottom 2.
Absolutely.
But I will say the construction of this is good, so I'm going to give Jarrell a 65.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just go give him a 60 because I was like, construction is good. It's just boring.
The construction is very good. It's just
boring.
Not even necessarily boring. It's just kind of bland for this challenge. It's bland.
Boring for this challenge.
Sure.
Because this challenge is supposed to be wow, and you gave us
exactly.
Oh God, no.
Stella with Luisa Verde.
This just made her look so bad. This made Luisa Verde look like a man in a dress. That is not what drag queens go for. They do not want to look like a man in a dress.
All I needed from this, honestly, because I actually really do like the overall silhouette of this. All I needed was for the plaid panel down the middle. I just needed it to be curved in the hip in the same way that her actual curves are. Because then it would have given one of those like illusion dresses. But instead, it's just straight up and down, full body. And I agree. Unfortunately, Luisa looks like a man in a dress.
It's like a man in a dress.
But otherwise, I think the concept is good.
Yes.
I just need that little bit. I wanted it to be a true, like, illusion dress. And I didn't get that.
I would have cut the panel off. Like, not in the... once it gets to the bottom of the skirt of the dress, just don't have that plaid part swinging in the front like that. Like, just cut that bottom part off. Let the sides be the things that's flaring. And it's not. I do agree. If it would have been more cut along the curve of her body, it would have been better. But it just didn't do anything for her.
No. 69.
Nice. 58.
Lovely. Oh, Sherry has never looked worse, and it has nothing to do with her.
Nope. This swashcloth feather duster dress she looked like the duster from Beauty and the Beast. This was not good. Everything about this was good. The cutout in the middle, the top where the two sides don't connect. It's just no.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. And the hair with it, like you go give her all that feathery, dusty outfit and then make her hair big old feathery poof. Not a fan.
I'm fine. I don't.
No.
I'm going to give her I'm going to give this a 44 because of her legs.
Yes. 40 because of her legs.
Also, what's with all the fucking comments from Keith about people's legs? I'm like, it feels a little creepy. I'm going to be honest with you. It feels creepy.
He's a leg man. I'm a leg man.
Anyway. Terry with Acid Betty.
If this ain't no drag look, I don't know what's the drag look.
I don't like it.
What do you mean?
I don't like it.
You're horrible.
No. I'm going to explain why.
Please
explain why. There's too many colors going on. There's too many ideas going on. This is like 3 different garments in one. Because you've got like if it was just the kimono, love it. But why do we have the big white and blue sleeves with the yellow, with the red and black corset, with the short skirt, with whatever the fuck is happening on the leg, with the pieces hanging off?
Because you're on an acid trip. It made sense. Her name
I need cohesion.
But here's the thing. If my name is Acid Betty And my whole thing is I'm gonna make you feel like you are on an acid trip. All the colors, all the things make sense to me. And I feel like this is something that made sense to me because of the persona of the queen. And you come out looking like that. And it's all of this stuff. And it's like, whoa, what am I looking at? Am I on acid? Yes, you are. Absolutely. So it made sense for her. If this was on any other queen, I probably wouldn't like it as much. I'll be like, oh, it's too much. It's much too much. But for her, it makes sense to me.
I just wanted a bit more cohesion with the color story. Because I think everything
where
is
you coming from.
I think the construction of it is very good. I think Terry did a good job with the construction of this. It's just, it's the yellow, I think, is what's throwing me off more than anything else.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
But 70.
75.
Okay. Am I mad Terry got a top placement for this challenge? Absolutely not. I'm very thrilled for Terry. I don't know that I would have agreed with it, but I was very happy.
I agree with it for what, like I said, for what it was, because I got it. I understood it.
Sure. Blaine with Misunderstood.
Not a bad look. I just didn't like the droopy back.
Yeah. If it was more structured, I think this actually would have. I think Blaine could have been in the top for this challenge, remarkably enough. Because I love the pointed stuff at the back. The dress is cute, simple, effective. This is giving Drag Race entrance look.
Yeah,
it really is. Honestly, it really is. Yeah, I was not mad at this whatsoever.
No.
I think I probably would have had this. No, I think I would have had Suede in the top over Terry personally. But this isn't bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I'm going to give it a 78.
75.
Perfect. And last up is Kenley with Pheromones, who is not Pheromone, who was on Drag Race. Clean, concise, well done.
Absolutely. Perfectly safe dress.
A bit bland.
Perfectly safe dress. It was boring, but
perfectly
it was
fine, perfectly lovely, perfectly whatever.
Yep. Safe.
75.
70.
Great.
74.
Wonderful. Yeah. So, we got our results. Our top 3, Joe, Kato, and Terry. Not mad.
Not mad at it.
I would have had Suede over Terry personally, but I'm not mad at Terry getting a spot in the top. So, our winner absolutely
deserved. Absolutely deserved. Absolutely deserved.
Absolutely. Our bottom 3, I also think very deserved. Keith, Daniel, and Jarrell.
Absolutely.
Bye, Daniel.
About time. But your exquisite.
Bye, Daniel.
That was easy to do. Ugh.
Yep. Bye. So that's that.
That's it.
Well, we're gonna get out of here.
Absolutely.
So we'll be back next week, same time, same place, same us, to talk all things episode 7 and 8 of Project Runway season 5. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on your way out. Thank you so much for joining us. All of our links for all of our other channels and our membership channel are down in the description below. While you're down in the description, you could also go follow us on our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me and Lana as well. And you could also go get your merch, including an unlimited 2-cup mug down there as well. With all that being said, we're going to get out of here. Cheers! Don't let Project Runway RuPaul haunt you.
Oh, not that.
And in fashion, one day you're in, and the next day you're out. And we are out.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Make your work, designers.